Can you see me? But you have to end this in our call.
No, don't worry. Let's do it from your page. But what will happen is you are going to save it. Do you get? So you're the one, when you finish, you're the one going to say, Lola, I need to see your face. Can you see? Who can't you hear? Let Ola sing. Lola, talk. Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, but I don't want to look at your eyes. Lola, move far away from the camera.
This is part of my challenge. Can you hear me, Lamide?
I can hear you. Can everybody hear us? I want to see what is looking like on Instagram from my own point of view. It says that Ikonola is live. Yeah, so I'm live. Don't worry. And they can see me live. So my people will join you as well. Don't worry about it. So
Lamide, am I loud?
we can hear you. I can hear you.
I can't hear myself. That's why.
Okay, no, I can hear you. But just in case, yes, we can hear you. Yes. Can you move away from your phone? Your phone.
Okay. I still do this every day.
Yes. Okay. Now, Oduluga. Open me homework, Lenny. Thank you very much.
Homework, Giddy.
So for everybody that is just joining us again, Lola, move the phone from your face.
Okay, where should I put the phone? And don't let people. Don't let people. Don't let people.
This is fine.
Is it okay this way?
Perfect.
I wore lipstick for you guys. Oh. I wore lipstick. I wore lipstick. Okay. Is my face better now? Or I still need to move it back a bit? Okay.
It's perfect.
Okay, Gloria said I should move away from my phone. Gloria, you want to see me sway? Okay.
Yes.
That's for you, Gloria.
We didn't come to play, Lola. Okay.
We are serious, Abby.
Lola of Playbarn. Let's dive right into it because I know a lot of people will be joining now and probably tired of waiting for us. And I know you have a lot to give. Like I said, your concept is the bomb. It was one of the first children's party decor companies. Am I correct?
I don't know. Some people will argue with that fact. It was first for me. Let's take it as that.
Okay, you know what? If you guys feel like Lola is doing funny and I'm laughing, I'm sorry, forgive me. We're not
okay, so somebody said that you can sit on a table and we can put the phone on a table. Okay, let me. Sorry,
Lola, just be yourself. Don't worry. I don't want
because I've never done this before, so I'm not an expert at it. So I don't know. Maybe I need to put it on a table. It's only for today. Don't worry. Manage.
I have my notepad. So even though it's Lola talking, I have my notepad. Lola is going to pull us through 7 things that makes her successful. So tell us from the beginning. Tell us from the beginning.
Disclaimer, I'm not saying that I'm totally successful yet. The journey is still far. But the one I've done to this point, we can discuss.
Oh yeah, discuss, please.
Okay, so you want me to give you point number 1, right?
Yes, but move the phone away from you.
Okay. I think I'm going to have position.
Don't relax and don't relax. Don't relax and move the phone towards your face. We want to see you talking. Do you get? I want you to tell us about how you started your business. So someone is saying, don't mind, I will be the one to reply. I'm going to pin the topic. How 7.7 points to Playbarn success. Okay, so Lola starts. Talk to us.
Okay, let me be serious. I moved the phone away from my face. Okay, point number 1. I will say that the most important thing, first of all, I've never done this before. So if you tell me to sit on the table, it might not be comfortable. Just
Stop reading
manage.
comments. Stop reading the
Okay.
comments. Just stop.
I think that the first point I would like to go with is fall in love.
I like
I think that this fall in love point is where everything started from. I don't know any business that you can do and be successful at if you don't fall in love with it. So it's almost like a boyfriend, girlfriend kind of relationship. Some days he will annoy you, some days he'll make you happy, but the love keeps you there. So it's like a romance, if that's the word. It's like
I can't hear you. Can you hear me? Hello? Hello, Lola? Hello, Lola? I think her phone is ringing. Hello? Hello, Lola, can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? Who can't you hear? Hello?
hello.
Okay, I stopped hearing you when you said boyfriend, girlfriend.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you perfectly now. Seems like your phone was ringing.
So I was talking about falling in love, and I said the very first thing I would say is I fell in love with the Playbarn, and it's almost like a romance, like I said. So sometimes you have a good day, sometimes you have a bad day, sometimes you are deeply in love, sometimes it's a bit like a romance, but the love keeps, because you know the days that you're really in love, you're passionately in love, and the days that you're not in love. So it's like you have this relationship and you're grooming the relationship and the love keeps you in.
So technically what you're trying to say is commitment. Is that what it is?
Labdi, I can't hear you.
Can everybody hear me? What I said is you're talking about commitment, being committed to. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. You said I'm talking about commitment.
Yeah, that's what I hear the point being. Are you talking about, like, you know, the way you're committed to a relationship or committed to the success of a relationship? Okay, Lola, we need to see your face. Hello? Your business like a spouse, technically. So it's about being committed to that relationship or that spouse. So am I understanding you correctly? Can you hear me now? Okay, please, if anybody that is on this platform is texting Lola, can you stop texting her?
Okay, I can hear you now. Yeah, I think people are trying to
Okay.
send me WhatsApp messages and it's just jamming up the whole thing. Please don't text because I've never done this before, so I don't want to get everything all messed up.
Okay, so are we good to move to your second point now?
So did you get the first
So
point?
yes, I recapped your point saying it's almost like your business is a relationship. You have to be committed to it. You have to fall in love with it. You have to allow it the good and the bad.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like that. I never saw it that way, but I actually like that.
Yeah. You have to, and you have to be deeply in love with it. And to follow through with that. When you're in love with something, you want more. You want everything. You
Mm.
want every aspect of it. So it pushes you. When a lot of people come to me and say to me, "Oh, what drives you?" It's the love that actually drives you. If you fall in love with something, it's very difficult for you to dump it, even if you are
You
struggling with
want
it.
more.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
want more. Every day you want more. And you light up when things are good. So when you get to a point and things are really good, you light up. It's like you're on fire. And it's that fire that ignites you to become passionate. So when people say, "Oh, this person is very passionate about their job, this person is very passionate about what they do," it's simply because they've fallen in love with it. If you're in love with something, you will definitely be
Mm.
passionate about it, because there's no other way. Because the only thing you can see is the love. So when you get burned, sometimes you're like, "Oh my God," like a
Yeah.
relationship, and then something else reignites it and it comes back alive. So the first and most important thing is you have to fall in love. And it's not the kind of love that is superficial. You can't love it and not take it. I don't know if I'm like, you have to love it with all its
I know
trouble.
exactly what you're saying because I feel like that about my business. And I always say that I feel like it's me. The way I would, what I, it's the only thing I can, well, if I also, yeah, see, I don't know. I love it like, the way the Bible says you should love your wife like your flesh. So I
Exactly.
like the love analogy a lot. I can see Tola saying hello. I
Exactly.
can see Ejide also making a point saying that she likes. I love the love analogy. I love the fact that you talk about fire because you can see the joy in a girl's face when she's in love. You can, I don't know, like
Exactly.
every
It's
single thing that she
exactly the
does.
same thing. It's
But when
exactly the
it's
same
also you
thing.
are shaking a table because there are some people who don't love what they do because kilo mashele.
Ah, oh my lego. Oh my lego. Lavide, oh my
It's
lego.
going to be hard.
Let me give you an example. See,
Yeah.
I did this training program, and I met a lot of women, and I can tell when somebody carries fire and when the person doesn't carry fire, because a
I
lot of them
love
ran away. A lot of them ran
yeah.
away. They will come this week, next week they will give you story. My baby is
One
crying. I left my husband a lot of times to go and chase Playbarn. I left my children a lot of times to go and chase Playbarn. It's like fire.
fire. I
Fire.
love
It
it.
burns you. And when I listened to, I remember one particular girl, she came, "I really want to do this, is that?" I said, "Are you sure?" She said, "Yes, I want to do it, I see all the fantastic pictures." She came to site day one, came to day two. By week three, we didn't see her again. So I called her, "How far?" She said, she's rethinking a few things, her strategy. This is not easy, because when you love something, it's
Mm.
also again like a relationship. It can't be about the money. It can't be
Money, yeah.
about the money. The money is a
It's like
blessing.
byproduct, exactly, yes.
Exactly. Now, can the money ginger you? Of course, it can ginger you. Imagine you are in love with a guy and the guy presents you with a Bentley. The love is going to be even more
Of
than how it was
course.
before.
Swallow
But if
eventually.
you love there and they bring you a Bentley, what you are going to be focusing on is the Bentley. But when there is love, if somebody brings you a Bentley, it's more than just the Bentley. As you are driving the Bentley, you are thinking, this love of my life, see the car that he gave me. When it's the
Yeah.
other side, you are just driving the Bentley and saying, this car is hot. They are two different things.
Two
And
different
that's why
things. I
you find
love
that,
that point. Love, love, love.
and that's why you find out that people can sustain this kind of love. Because again, you know that this kind of love sometimes is also because of popularity. So you find out that
Mm.
certain businesses are popular, like how you're in styling. People like
Mm.
it, they from afar, it looks good. It's like a fine girl that is all caked up. But when she washes her face, she's not that fine. You have to really like her to stay there. So it's like,
Yeah.
love me, I love my dog, love me, I love all my rubbish. So I think that falling in love is like the first deep relationship with whatever it is that you're doing. I fell in love with the Playbarn, and Playbarn pressed my mumu button, right, left, and center. Like, it pushed me everywhere. Lamide,
Oh
Playbarn
wow.
pressed all my mumu buttons. When you're in love, also there's a bit of weakness
Yes.
that you
The
start
only
to
one
master
person you
after a
will just
while.
be looking at yourself and be wondering, am
Am
I
I
this
okay?
stupid? I love it. Yeah.
Yes, if you're in love with it, it presses all your mumu button, and you start making excuses. You start justifying a lot of things, and I think that's where, in the later years, you get into things like structures and all the other things that are necessary to grow a business. But
Yeah.
initially, you must feel this love. If you don't get out of it, there's no point. And everybody will definitely find one thing that they fall in love with
Fall in love with,
at
exactly.
one point in time. You will find something that you just like. It might be a hobby, something that you do at home. Somebody came, Charis. She came to learn. Smiley, I know you remember her. She was my very good student. But every time we were on break, she would bring this afan soup that was leaf, as in, Lamide, this girl could cook. Her afan soup was. So during break, Smiley and everybody would eat from her afan soup. But she was struggling with the Playbarn aspect of it. So I said to her, why don't you just start cooking? She said,
Oh
hey. I said, because your
wow.
food is really good. I hope she comes
Oh,
online, because she
this
started this
is,
food
let me
business and it
say in
was a hit.
Yoruba. This is that you cannot like somebody else's boyfriend. You have to go and look
You
for
can,
your own boyfriend.
if you like another person's boyfriend, you cannot sustain it. And that's why there's a lot. Let me tell you, the problem in our industry is the fact that people like, it's like an infatuation. People like the
Mm.
areas of the thing. They don't really go into the hardcore.
Yeah.
This girl started her Calabar kitchen, and before she relocated to Spain, it was a success.
Oh
She
wow.
started delivering afan soup. I said, your food is really good. Why are you coming to learn how to blow balloons and whatever? And
Mm.
because every time we eat from her, she's always happy. She likes entertaining guests. I said, this aspect of the creativity is not your strength. Yes, maybe you might have some planning razzmatazz, but this blowing balloons and looking for conceptualizing ideas and is not really your core. Go and cook
But
afan soup.
but you're also lucky that she received the advice well. A lot of people see, and this is shaking a whole different table. A lot of people feel like when you give that advice, you're coming from a place of values.
And maybe you don't want them to be successful. Oh yeah, now they should go and do it now. See, Elamide, I've stopped, and that apprenticeship program taught me that. I don't
Mm.
try to discourage people to say, oh, don't do something. But if you have been doing something for a while, to the
Still
rere in there,
work.
oh, sure, no. You understand? That's how
Okay,
I
wait,
see it.
let me translate. It means that if you've been doing a particular type of business for a long time and there's no profit, there's no gain, there's no joy, it's not your calling. Stop and
It's
go and
not.
find your calling.
It's
So
not.
I'm translating for
God does
you.
not shout at night at people. You understand?
Mm.
He gives us signs to let us know that, maybe this is not the way. It might be the way, or maybe you just need to add a few things or remove a few things. But when you fall in love with something, everything else doesn't matter really. And God rewards that kind of love. I've never seen. He rewards it. It's like when people say, oh, how can I be creative? First of all, stop copying. If you stop copying, creativity will come. But if you continue copying, how will creativity come? No, I'm just being
Yeah.
honest. So somebody comes to me and
True.
says, oh, I want to be creative, but you can't take the bold step to stop copying. When are we going to
Mm.
get to the part where you now become creative? Because you're already full. God cannot come and fill a jug that is already full. You are full of other people's shit. There's no space for anything.
Lala has broken this table.
It's
This
true,
different.
because
Oh my
because
goodness.
a lot of times there you see people, they'll be complaining
Wow.
creativity, but you are not
Mm.
thinking. You are going
You're
on
not
Pinterest and
thinking.
borrowing other people's pictures. You are not sitting. Those people today thought before they came up with those things now. You know, a long time ago, my mentor told me something like, Lola, for every beautiful thing that you see, somebody thought about it. Make yourself that somebody. Make yourself that somebody. For everything that you see that is good, beautiful, attractive, you know, gaining a lot of following, somebody thought about it. Make yourself that somebody. But no, we all want to go the other route. Sometimes this I'm guilty. It's not that I'm pointing this finger at everybody because it's the but I check myself before I wreck myself.
Let me say this, because you said you're guilty. The truth is that we all do look at other people's work for inspiration, but not for creativity. Not like your mind is closed.
They don't look at it for inspiration. They look at it for lift and copy. As in, I've seen some jobs that I can tell the original owner of the work. I can tell. Just looking at it, I can say, no, but you don't do this now. You can take elements because, again, I feel like in design, there are structures to design. So, like, there are agreeable palettes, there's agreeable styles, there are different structures to each type of design. You can borrow from the structures, but own it totally. You can think, oh, why did they put the balloons this way? Maybe I should put it the other way. Or maybe I should try this other color. And you can even give credits to where you got the inspiration from. There's nothing wrong with that. But not that you now carry something and you just paste it. And every time I say to like people that have trained me, don't do that. They say, oh, but it's the clients that send it to us. See, somebody just said that. Some clients want the exact same design as they see. So the clients are also setting a trap for you because your design that they see and they want you to do is not sustainable. So it's your responsibility to say, okay, I hear you, and ask for permission.
Give your own advice.
Can I add this? Can I remove this? Can I make it better? Can I? And once you start, see, I always say that we don't go to Gucci to tell them that make the bag exactly like this. Nobody goes to Gucci to say that.
Yeah.
You don't go to Gucci to say, or you go to Ferragamo to say, make the shoes exactly like this. They think of these ideas and they sell it to you. The reason why the clients do that to us is because we've pawned ourselves. You know, we're not standing. I also think that maybe a bit of self-confidence also helps. We've pawned ourselves to the level where the clients just gives us, they just throw things at us. Maybe all of you will say, I'm a designer, I'm not a tailor.
Abby, why you say all of you people? Are you talking to me?
Now, because fashion people say, I'm not a tailor, I'm a designer. Abby?
Yeah.
If you're a designer, design now. Abby? It's the same thing in my industry. If you're a stylist, style.
Yeah.
You can't tell me that, oh, somebody is, I'm just doing exactly what the client wants me to do, which means that you're using the client's brain. I don't understand.
Which means technically it is the client's work. One of the reasons why we left Made to Measure services because I feel like the client actually stifles your creativity by telling you what to do. So when they're telling you do it like this, I'm like, I didn't design it, you designed it. And frankly, I don't think it can work, or frankly, I don't like your design. I don't know if that makes sense. So I feel like sometimes you have to be, like you said, you have to be bold enough to talk to the client in a
I guess you have to decide also.
Way. Yeah.
You have to decide what kind of brand you want to be. You know, you have to decide. Some people, regardless of the way the jungle is, they realize that they're a lion and they will never eat grass. You have to decide what kind of brand you want to be.
Oh, I love that.
Because a lot of people, you know, and the thing about these routes that I'm encouraging people to do or fall in love with your brand and expressing yourself is because it's easier when you are expressing yourself when it comes to creativity. It comes to you naturally because you are a creative person. So when you are expressing yourself creatively, it's like a part of you. So your design is you. Let me give an analogy. One time I was going to do a party and the client called me and said, oh, she's a minimalist. Everything needs to be simple. I hope Gloria is on this table. Gloria of Farah Zara, come and hear this thing. I want to be simple. I want everything to be clear. I want the lines to be straight. I don't want, you can tell from talking to me on this live chat that I'm a very playful person. I'm an unserious person. I can't even make anything straight. I can't. Okay, so out of greed, I said, okay, let me do this work.
Hi, Zara.
Let me do this work. Let me do this work. So I took the work. Day one, the client called me. The astronomical lines of the something in Paris. I was there. Okay, now. The next day she called me. The palettes of the colors that I would like, I want them to. Then she started sending me Gloria's work. Hey. So I called, I said, I'm not Gloria. I can never be Gloria. The same way Gloria can never be me. As in, this one, you want to create problem. I've seen Gloria work before. When Gloria is setting the table, she will go to 3 degrees, measure the 90-degree angle, come back again. 50-degree angle. I can't do it though. I can't do it.
Did you
Go
suck
to
yourself
Gloria.
from the job?
Eh?
Did you suck
Listen
yourself
to the story now. Listen. Go to Gloria. It's too expensive. Okay, nǹkan tó bá rí kó fara mú o, because you cannot be what you cannot be. I don't know why people cannot understand. You can't be what you can't be.
I don't understand.
But that doesn't mean that what you are is not beautiful.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't mean that what you are is not beautiful. Because what you are is not suitable to another person doesn't mean that what you are is not beautiful. Because you find that instead of people falling in love with who they are chasing another person's journey. Then confusion will land in. Frustration will land in. You can never be what you are not. It's not possible. There's nothing that can make you what you are not. It's a lie. If you try it, Egbaloma Jembe, you can never.
They will beat you there. Okay, well, let me just say this. So you people, you understand now when I say I like speaking Yoruba. Oh, I know Ejewa. So
it's true. Let me now give another analogy. Another person that now likes Lola's work and calls.
30 minutes. I didn't say second point.
No, let me finish this point. Let me finish this point. It's a vital point. Another person that now likes Lola's work will now go and call Gloria. Abi Nkuma. Meanwhile, Lola, when she wants to build entrance, the whole world is there. Goes. Everybody come and die. Eh? You now go and call Gloria. Gloria will now bring her simplicity. You will be angry. That's why everybody must stick to their style. You cannot be what you are not. If you want elements of each one, divide and rule. Call Lola. Oh yeah, Lola, come and do. Gloria, come and do. That way there will be no animosity in my industry. But you are now trying to make A, B, C, C, D, Kole work. Kole work. Oh, I'm just being honest. Follow whatever it is that is your style, your persona, and you will flourish. Me, I'm a playful person. I want everything to be colorful. I want you to get to the place and the whole place is mad. I believe that children thrive where there are colors. I want everything to be blooming. I want it to be crazy. That was my dream as a child. I don't know any other way to do any other thing other than
your friends that are talking. That beg, please educate us. So okay,
what are they saying? Ari, are you? Ari is still going to call me after this.
Okay, so what I'm going to say
Ari
now is,
me, why did you do makeup? Why are you wearing boo-boo? I put lipstick for you, Ari. She will call me. I will screenshot it for you.
Makeup now. It's not makeup. It's real. We're on the real right here.
Real. I can't. The other day I was listening to somebody and the person was saying, dress the parts, dress the parts. Okay. If you are not a stylish person and they tell you to dress the parts, what will you wear? What will you wear? Okay. When you now be doing wahala to be looking for how to dress the parts on a part that you cannot pass. You understand? Hire the parts. That's why Oyibo people are better than us. If you cannot dress the parts, hire the parts that will dress the parts. Hire the right person. If you want somebody that is wearing high heel to go for your meeting, hire somebody. Hire somebody. Let the person go and represent you and speak all the English there. Then they will bring the results to you.
You know what? I already see that we're going to be here for more than 1 hour. So when you
No,
finish, wait. Lola, it will ask you to save video. Save the video. Please,
how will you ask me to save it?
once you end it, it will say you should save it. Just save it so people can rewatch the replay because this is just lit. Lola has been talking for 30 minutes on one point. Point two.
If I get to point number 2, another 1 hour, let's just round up quickly and get out of here because I don't even like talking.
No sorrow, bye.
Don't worry, I'm not going to do another one. Point number 2.
The point.
You have to, I told you to fall in love. Then I said it's like a romance. I'm using analogies that can make people understand it better. How can you be in love with somebody you don't know? Answer. You are in love with somebody you don't know the person. You are in love with somebody you don't know anything about the person. But you are in love. You have to
hearing that your husband did not go to university.
Excuse me.
Certification is fake.
Thank you. You don't know the person. You are in love with somebody you don't know. How is it possible? You should start researching the person. What is trending in my industry? What is new in my industry? What can I do to be better? Training yourself. Firing your love. Not that you sit down there and be sitting on old glory, 20,000 glory. Then you say, I'm the veteran in this industry, Kojo. There's nothing like that. You must fall in love and then now start. It's like retoasting every year. Be retoasting your love. That way you will not be doing duplicate work. I always say to people, the same thing. When there's no inspiration to continue to do different things. When you know, you will go for trade shows. You will read in the night when I wake up. Sometimes I'm only reading about parties, what's new, which material, which. My husband is even jealous of this love. Because you have to get to that point where you begin to know the product. So I noticed a trend of people that they are just doing the business. They don't know anything about the business. Somebody else is blowing balloons. Somebody else is doing this. They are just collecting the money. I'm not breaking any table. I'm just saying, know your product.
Lola, you are destroyed. You bumped the table where you started talking.
If you don't know your product, if you don't know your love, another person is going to steal the love. They are going to collect the love from you. It's not sustainable. If
you don't collect it, the love will be thrown in jail for fraud.
They will collect the love from you. Then you will not be shouting, they stole my business. This person has collected all my customers. That's what happens. You don't know your love. If you know your love, nobody can steal your love. Should I go to point number 3?
Please.
So that we'll be here for only 1 hour. Point number 3. I'm not a comedian. No. All this is I'm saying. Take it. Take it. I'm not faking it. Take it. You cannot say that you love somebody. I said fall in love. Then I said know your love. You must be able to risk it all for your love. I climb the mountain for you. I go to the sea and come back for you. You are my love.
Lola, are you singing on my line?
If you don't risk it all for your love, the love is going to go away. You must risk it all. So that's where the mistakes and the errors come in. Because you're not thinking. You're so passionate about this, your love, that you risk it all. Everything, you give it your all. You risk it all.
I think that's the thing. That there is no point of hesitating. Somebody koshe washe, which means if they tell you to do something, you do it. You're ever ready.
You're ever ready to risk it all. So I remember in the beginning, when I make money like this, I put all the money back in the business. I don't even think about it. Half of the time I'm broke. I'm broke. If I travel, everybody is buying Chanel, this Chanel, me, I'm buying prop. Frog that is screaming. Dog that. One day I opened my suitcase. My husband said, Lola, what a mess. What a mess. My box was full of what you will call, but people will now see my work and be saying, oh, wow, how did she think about that? I'm going to outdoor stores looking for ducks that look real. I'm looking for penguin that can fly. I'm risking it all. I can't even say that, oh, this business has made me rich, because this business has collected all my money. Everything. It has taken everything. You know, and I keep asking myself every day that what's the end goal? I don't know what the end goal is. And that's why I said I'm still on that journey. Because, you know, sometimes it's like a romance. You are like, the boy is shy. You come, I'm in love with you. You make me, you take my time.
Take your time, take your love, take your everything, take your youth. I totally agree.
But Lamde, guess what? There's no other way. Ask the operas of this world, they will tell you there's no other way. That's why husband goes sometimes. Husband, they go. I'm being honest though. So you are doing two different jobs. You are sustaining two different loves because this love is going to be fighting your real life love. So I always tell people, get your real life love on board. It was my mentor that told me that. My mentor told me a long time ago, involve your husband. I said, my husband is not going to be interested in this. He said, when he sees the number, he will be interested. Involve him. So I started involving my husband. So that he will feel like it's our love. It's our love. We love it together. So when I go at night, when I go out at night to go and set up another person's party, and I'm there the whole night, my husband too is in love. So he's calling me to say, how far? Is the customer happy? What's going on? Imagine if your husband is not on board. Hey, you'll be in love with the
support. Yes, I like that because you create the support.
Without it, you can't do nothing. You cannot do anything without it. So you risk it all for it. Every single thing, you risk it all for it.
I told you.
So this is number what?
Well, if you put the get your real life love on board, you are going to 0.5.
Somebody asked me that how did I involve my husband?
Let me help you first. I think transparency is a good thing. Obviously, and let me help you shake this table because it's not every man that you can be 100% transparent with. But as much as possible, be transparent and let them see. Am I correct, Lola? Let them see your
African man, transparency itself is a problem. You know, it depends on the man.
Exactly. But if a man or your support system, whether it's your parents, your sister, your friends, even your staff, if they can see the improvements and the gain.
Let me tell you the real trick. Let me tell you the real trick. You cannot be selfish. Take up some responsibility. Let him see the value in your work and what it brings to the table. You understand? That's the cocoa. Let him see the value in what brings to the table.
Let's check this table because honestly, and I'm not saying this to fault anybody's relationship or any man out there. There are some men who are irresponsible. Now, when you start taking up some responsibilities, they shrink all their
Lamide, I didn't say go and pay school fees though. I didn't say that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
For
I'm not talking about the woman. No, I'm talking about the man.
For
How do you manage if when you start taking some certain responsibilities? If your husband relaxes and stops doing everything,
if it's things like food, let him relax. It's okay. You know another thing, you forget that a relationship is also partnership. If you're a wife before that used to ask your husband for money for toilet roll, money for your hair, money for going out, money for pepper soup, money for this, money for that, and you now start working, and you start doing all those things, you cannot complain. The guy doesn't want to work and kill himself. You understand? He cannot complain. I'm not asking you to come and now be the man in the house, so no. But take up small. That's why I said transparency is not even the way. Small, be removing the shocker. So maybe before certain things you ask him for, just say, I made money this weekend. Don't worry, I'll sort it out. You know, small things. I'm not saying that you should go and carry your bank account and go and give him. No. Because that's also enabling. Understand? It's enabling. But you have to be a virtuous woman. You have to add something so that he knows that or pepper soup tikuro or gari tikuro.
There's a difference. I said
I don't be stupid. Because men too, they are hunters. If they see that the prey is big, they will come for the whole thing. So you can't be, that's why I said transparency or it depends on who you are dealing with. I don't expect you to be 1000% transparent. You understand? But be impactful in your home front. Be impactful. And if you're a single lady, enjoy the ride. Point number 3, Abby.
No, point number 5. What's your number 3?
No, it's point number 5, actually. You're right. Point number 5.
Because Lola is taking us. Because it could match extra 30 minutes. Go she wa airport. All right.
Point number Ike, I see you. Somebody said true, but put something on the table. I don't know what that means.
If there's no but, she's agreeing to your point. Lola, stop reading the comments. Make your point.
In case they're asking me questions, I have to answer. Okay, time is going.
The question.
Okay.
Well, my family, I apologize.
Sorry. You know this is my cousin. I've even forgotten that we're on live videos as if we are gisting. Okay, the next point and valid point. Yes. That when you are now in love, or I said you should be in love, then you know your love. You risk it all for your love. What's your point number 4?
Get your real life love on board.
Get your real life love. What's your point number 5?
I don't have.
Okay. Then you cannot let your love be the same as everybody else's love. Your love must be different.
Your love must be unique.
Your love must be unique. It must be a romance made in heaven. Which simply put in that analogy is you must stand out. Not the kind of love that is like Agbero love, like everybody's love. You want to pick 10 love. Your love is part of the number 9. No. Your love must be the kind of love. Yeah, you did. Your love must be kind of love that you irritate people. You know the kind of love that irritates people. That why are these people kissing themselves like this? That's how your love should be. Your love must be talked about. Just don't be one of those love that just join everybody together. Everything is together. When you see 10 different jobs, your job is like number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all the same. Excuse me. How's your love standing out?
Wait, in unique selling points.
Exactly, unique selling point. I'm trying to make it see, I'm a marketing expert, but I'm trying to make it relatable, easy. Because all this textbook analogy that they bring to us, they are not realistic. They will come, speak big grammar.
You won't remember. I know, yeah.
They will come. I know the grammar. If you want me to speak it, I know it. But no, I want to
speak the one you are speaking. No. I'm just telling our audience.
You understand? You must, by fire, by force, your love must stand out. It must be a romance made in heaven. You must also compare your love in context. So I'm not asking you to go and be fishing at other people's love. No. But you must be able to analyze your love to say, what makes my love beautiful? And understand that. Very, very important. You must be able to understand what makes your love stand out. And if you see that your love is becoming like the norm, spice it up. Because your love must always stand out. I like people that when I look at their work, even without seeing it, I can say, this is this person's work. Because their love stands out. It speaks a language that I connect with. Your love must stand out. If your love is Agbero love, you understand?
One thing I like that you said was spice it up. Because, if you've been doing a business for a long period of time, things do get a little mundane and things get a little like the same.
Oh,
you can get tired, but you must spice it up. Yeah, I love that point a lot.
That romance analogy as well. Your love must stand out. Because after some time, the love will die. Because repetition too is boring.
And it will not die. It will die down. Yeah.
They're always looking for something new. Nobody wants to do I did yesterday. I'm doing the same as this. They're only doing it because those are the options that are plenty. If I'm the only one that's standing out in a crowd of 20 people, I look like the weird one. You understand?
Yeah.
But imagine if everybody was standing out. The world would be such a beautiful place. But everybody wants to do the same. I don't tire for that matter.
I don't tire for the matter too. Please point. Excuse me. Point
It's true,
6.
but you know, this is not this at anybody. This is just to encourage us to say, you know, everything that we like abroad and we praise is as a result of this standing out. Nobody wants, you see, Apple, they'll do one today, tomorrow, Samsung will do their own. Day after tomorrow, Nokia will do their own. Should be on their phone. You understand? But no, everybody wants to do their own exactly the way Apple is doing it. Like, can't you see it's only Chinese people that do that?
Yeah.
Okay, can they charge a premium? They can't. If you go and do fake iPhone now, you cannot sell. Cannot sell. Even if you sell for some people, you cannot command the kind of pricing that Apple Gone will command.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, what are you doing it for? It's true. See, sometimes it's borderline annoying. This is not diss as anybody, but it's annoying. When I just open my page, I just see everything same. Then I start looking like a weirdo. Then customers are now sending me this same. I'm like, okay, no. That's why there are some people that when I see their work like this, my head does turn. I want to go and do more. But some people, they don't even make you want to. They just leave you there.
They don't ginger you, no ginger.
No ginger.
Yeah.
So everybody's going left. Everybody's just going left. Everybody's going right. Everybody's just going right. No innovation. No new techniques. Nothing.
I love that point. Spice it up, guys. Spice it up. Spice yours. Yeah, I love that point. That's my point 5. Lola, point 6. Okay, more time, more time.
Hey, this point number 6, it should actually be the last point, but that last point there, you have to plug your ears. You know when you are in love, everybody will say you are stupid. They'll say this girl, she's a foolish girl. What does she even like about the boy? This boy that did this boy that did that. Plug your ear.
Yeah, plug your ear.
I call them unbelievers. See, the fact that people are even discussing you is already telling you that something is there. Have you seen people discussing a non-entity before? Something is there. Well, if they're not discussing, you have a problem. Go and find your solution. People need to discuss it. You need to be a discussion. People need to be able to gather together and be analyzing you. You need to be a discussion. If you are not having a discussion, check yourself. Check yourself. That means that you are not doing anything to be discussed. You are just here. Even if what you are doing is bad, let them discuss you. If it's good, let them discuss you. That you are shaking your destiny as they are discussing you. But you say that your house, you are trying to be safe. You don't want anybody to you are shaking your destiny. You see that your house, you don't want anybody to discuss you. Nobody should talk about you. If they don't talk about you, you don't want to talk about. See Jesus Christ that has died since how many years ago? They are still discussing him till today.
Right. Yeah.
You don't want anybody to discuss you. You want to be safe. Let them discuss you. The responsibility for
you. Interrupt you. You know, I remember when I was signing the agreement for this building, and I remember even calling Yeji and I was saying, you know what, I have to fast and pray. I want to prepare myself for the gossip that is coming. You know, because
heavy gossip. They will even act like
the things that you sacrifice for success is that your name now starts to be on everybody's lips.
They must discuss you.
That's the
when you pray in the morning, self. Yeah. When you pray in the morning, you must say, God, today I want to be a discussion. Let like 200 people discuss me today. Let me do something that is going to make you positive. And if bad negative happens to you, it's okay. Go and Google Oprah, Google Didi. You will see something bad about them now. Something bad does not mean that you are bad.
Yes, I'm shaking. I can't stop shaking. As she's talking,
something bad about you does not mean that you are bad. It's okay.
Yeah.
Something bad about you is okay.
Nowadays are like, really? Only God can know your truth. At the end
if you
of the
see,
day.
Going back to this romance, if you see two couples loving themselves, kissing themselves, they lie. The husband is cheating on the wife. Do you say yes? That's how the thing is. That's how the thing is. Let them discuss you. If your work is not open for discussion, go and redesign your strategy. I should see your work and say, hey, Joe, what is this thing this person did? Some people give me headache. Oh. I just don't want to mention their name here to be disgracing myself.
Please, I beg.
Some people, when I sit down, they give me headache. Because I'll be thinking in my head that, I hope I'm also giving you headache. Because that's the plan. That's the plan. I can't lie. That's the plan. Some people give me headache. Who are you giving headache? Who are you giving headache? Positive headache. Positive headache. You know, I see that there's healthy competition. There are some people that when I see their work, I'm like, in fact, a lot of them are not even in Nigeria again, because in Nigeria, when I see anybody's work, my headache is not plenty. Only like 4 people give me headache in Nigeria now. Only 4. And those
Only
people are put
not plenty.
Not plenty 4. The other people that are giving me headache, they are not really in Nigeria. Okay, let me say 4 in my own industry. Outside my industry, maybe like in event planning, adults, maybe like 10. Like 10. That when I see their work like this, I'm like, let me tell you something, eh? If you don't wake up and energy inside people, you are not doing something right. I keep saying it. It sounds snobbish, it sounds ugly, it sounds positive headache is good headache. You are just sitting out there giving anybody headache. Nobody's giving you headache. I don't know. I don't know.
Don't know, please. Point 7. Lola has broken Lola has broken the carpenter's workshop. Lola has broken all the trees in those states at this point. Kushe?
Oh, the number 17. They say what God has joined together, let no man put asunder. The God factor. If you don't get God, I don't know. I don't know. That God factor cannot be underestimated, because you need it to keep your body and mind together. The same like romance. Without God, you are nothing. Because you see, if you're on the right path, problem will come. Yakata. I will tell you that when you are not seeing problem, it's as if you are not doing something right. Sickness can come. Orishi can come. If you don't have God, you will just ballo. So that God factor is very important.
Okay, wait, pause. For you people that don't know what ballo means, it means you will go with the disease. You will die with the disease. You will die with the pain or the break. Eh? Oh yeah.
Because you need God for meditation. You need him for support. You need him as a talking partner. You need him for reference. You need him for praise. You need him for every single thing. I don't even know how to be Christian, Muslim. You need the God factor. I don't even see how. See, even all the people that say that some people, they don't believe in God, is a lie. Secretly, they are practicing the practices of God. They are just not verbalizing it. Go and check them very well. You need that. You need that sinking. It's like like I said, it's a romance. So it's what holds it together. You cannot do without it. You need it because there are some days that you're just like, oh my God, and you just have to a praise, or you have to pray, or you just have to trust God. Like this COVID-19 matter. Not only God, everything I've said, push yourself, you love your brand, you love everything. Nothing is working. Oh yeah, now you have to go back to God. So the God factor is like, I don't even know. I'm not a pastor. I'm not a pastor. Disclaimer. I'm not a reverend. I'm a sinner. In fact, I sing today, I sing yesterday, I sing every single day. I ain't holy, but I know my God. I know my God. And that I know my God, it counters every other thing. That even when I say plug your ears, the God factor helps you to plug your ears. Whose report will I believe? The God factor, it changes you. And even when you get, I've done some things before that I knew that.
I love that.
I've done some things before that I know that the only thing that could have done this thing wasn't anything I had said since morning. It had to be God. Because, you get to a point where, and he helps your creativity as well. You go to sleep in the night, you are just like something is talking to you. But, I'm going back to that. That thing cannot talk to you if you are copying another person, because there's nothing to talk. You understand?
Because something is already talking.
Something is already talking. How many voices do you want to listen to?
Yes.
You have to be obedient to one voice. You have already got to look at Mr. X's page, and you're going to dump everything tomorrow. Then you're not asking God for inspiration. Inspiration for what? You have found your inspiration. That's it. If you want inspiration, be empty. Empty, just as I am. Empty. You don't know anything. Try and error. When the guy there today, I try my best. God will be filling you up. You will be asking that where is this source coming from? You will not understand where it's coming from. But if you go and be doing, everybody is doing this. Nothing to inspire you. Lamide, is the live show over? Because they will tell me to Funke Akindele before we finish this thing.
Wait, Lola, it might, if you're updated, it'll tell you when we have 30 seconds. Lola,
it's not telling me anything.
I don't know if I'll be able to save it because we started on your page.
Lola, I really miss you. I swear to God.
Leave Lola alone. You must save this video. Lola, ma delete video you.
Don't delete her. What if I don't want people to? Some people will still abuse me after this video that this girl, I didn't even know she was this ras. Maybe we shouldn't save it. Maybe we shouldn't save it. Some people will still say, so she's ras like this.
You said it for only 24 hours. Lola, calm down. So when the video ends, it will ask you delete or save. You save it to your Insta story. Please don't forget.
Okay.
Or should I be the one to end it?
I don't know. Maybe it's you. I don't know how to do this. To see how long it took me to even connect, not to talk of service. I don't know.
Oh Jesus! Oh my cousin.
I hope that with this point that I've made,
that you guys
I'm able to inspire you. I'm not confused. I hope that. Oh yeah, you cut it off and save it now.
I don't know what to do, but if it doesn't save on my end, bye guys. If it doesn't save on my end, you save it. It's going to tell you what to do. Okay.
Lamide, you better end it. You better end it on your own end because this video is going to. I don't even want anybody to go and be recirculating this video. I'll be telling you, come and look at this man's Lola. I beg, if you like, don't take my points. Now you get
okay,
out.
Lola, just calm down. Just in case I don't save it. You save it.
I love all of you. All of you. Pata pata. I love you. Pata pata. And the one that don't love me, Seth, I love you. The one we are annoyed today, Seth, I love you.
Guys.
Everybody, I love you.
I'm going to. Lola.
Don't ask me. Bye-bye.
Okay. All right. Only the person that started it will be able to save it.
But it's not showing me
that is going to be able to save it. So save this video. Stop shouting.
What's the importance of saving it? I just want to, so that they can watch it.
See, some people want to watch you again. It's going to
Why?
be on
Am I a
24 hours. Lola, stop it.
You know, the best person to do this shit with is you, Lamide, because you keep it real just like me. You're my cousin of life.
Lola, stop it. See, people are watching us. I'm sorry.
They're not playing.